Truck reversing. If I told you that a single moment could change your life forever, that might sound a little bit cheesy, but that's exactly what happened to us. This video is about our 8-year journey from city life in London to building a regenerative farm in West Wales. Our story has also been featured in this book, which I'll talk about a little bit later for those of you on your own journey. So why did we decide to become farmers? After living and working in London for 7 years, we had a good career path ahead of us, and we'd enjoyed our time in the city. Despite this, we started to feel the impact on our physical and mental health. We spent a lot of time in the office and behind a computer. Something wasn't quite right. The path ahead was very clear, but it was no longer exciting. Something had changed. We had become disillusioned with modern life and the options that lay ahead of us. And then one day, Abi came home with this book. This was our red pill. There's a link in the video description to this book if you're interested. We fell in love with the concept of permaculture. Suddenly, the urge to break free from city life and start an alternative life in the countryside became overwhelming. It felt like an answer in a sea of questions. Not long after, I was daydreaming about retiring and starting a farm when a bus drove by with an advert on the side of it that said, "Start where you want to go." What was the point of waiting to pursue our dream once we'd retired? Life is so short, and as we get older, time seems to be speeding up. There is no time to waste. We wanted to be in the countryside, in the fresh air, and to have a go at farming. But how would we afford to buy a farm? We decided that the only way forward was to jump in with both feet and burn the bridges. In 2015, we sold our flat, quit our jobs, and bought a camper van to travel Europe in search of land. Things were going well until less than a week into our trip when Abi's legs started going numb. She was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a disease that affects the brain and spinal column and can cause serious disability. We realized it was better to stay in the UK near family and healthcare. We narrowed our search to Wales. We arrived in Wales, and on the first morning here, we went to view a 10-acre parcel of land. We put in an offer, and the rest is history. We wanted to earn a living as full-time regenerative farmers within 5 years. We realized this would be difficult on 10 acres, with no farming experience and on a budget. But we were determined. After experimenting with various ideas, we eventually focused our efforts on growing blueberries alongside raising ducks for eggs. We soon became known as the UK's only organic duck egg producer and were featured on multiple television programs and podcasts. But after 5 years, we were still not profitable. Around this time, Abi was pregnant. We were renovating an old stone cottage and preparing for the arrival of our baby. We had used up all of our savings and had to borrow more money. Our health was starting to suffer, and we were burnt out. Then COVID lockdown hit, and surprisingly, we got through all of that. But the path ahead was about to get even tougher. In 2022, the egg industry was facing enormous challenges, and we narrowly escaped bankruptcy. Our feed bill had nearly doubled, and we couldn't afford to buy another load. We had about 30 days of feed left for the ducks, and not enough cash to buy more. I've already made a video about this, which is linked in the description below. This eventually led to a crowdfunding campaign. We raised enough money to buy another load of duck feed and to help us explore other business ideas to keep the farm afloat. We were astounded by the support we received. We got through it. The crowdfunder had ended, and after a long winter, spring arrived with new opportunities. We had been approached by a farm in Europe that wanted to purchase a very large number of hatching eggs. This was a great opportunity as it would provide huge financial support. To export hatching eggs, one of the requirements was to carry out a negative salmonella test, a test we had never done before and is not routinely required for a flock of our size. A positive test result would be disastrous for our business, as it would likely mean depopulation or culling of the entire flock. But as our flock was in good health and were kept in a clean environment, we decided to take that risk. The result came back, and to our horror was positive. In March 2023, we were instructed by the Food Standards Agency to stop selling table eggs. We learned the hard way that raising free-range organic ducks came with risks. After 7 years of fighting to stay in business, we finally gave in. I don't think I could have imagined a worse outcome for our business. Now let's fast forward to today, a year after having to close our egg business. And here we are making this video. And to be honest with you, we're happier than we've been in a long time. We managed to keep back our ducks so that we could continue breeding from them. But we are no longer selling table eggs. We're still farming blueberries, and we have so much more that we plan to do. Most importantly, we've taken off-farm jobs to help pay the bills while keeping the farm. By relieving the financial pressure, we now have the space to have fun and experiment again. So what can you, a fellow dreamer, take away from all of this? Sometimes dreams don't work out the way you want them to, but that does not mean you shouldn't pursue them. Even though we failed to achieve exactly what we had set out to do, and things ended badly, those 7 years of hard work and heartache have turned into a real asset that has led us on to the next chapter of our lives. We often get asked if we would do anything differently, and the honest answer is no. We needed each and every one of our experiences to be where we are today. Life is a series of stepping stones. So go ahead and follow your heart, scratch that itch, and be prepared to fail. Go with the flow, start where you want to go. Our story was recently featured in this book called Your Career Unstuck by Rozalyn Willocks. If you're planning your own radical career change, then I highly recommend you check it out. We really wish we had this book early on. Perhaps if we did, our journey might have been a little bit less chaotic. It's filled with useful insights and practical exercises to help you plan your journey ahead. I hope you found the video useful. If you have, please do like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.